What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. The $600 stimulus checks are going out. The $300 per week unemployment money is going to be going out very soon. The battle right now is for the $2,000 stimulus checks, as we have two different bills, one that has passed the House of Representatives already, and another $2,000 stimulus check bill from Mitch McConnell, and they're fighting over which $2,000 bill is going to be the one that we end up getting. In addition to that, they're still fighting over the election, which actually might turn out to be some absolute crazy news right before the election. So we're going to go over all the details of it in this video. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. And don't forget to smash the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. And I want to wish each and every one of you guys a happy new year. I think that 2021 is going to be an up year for a lot of people. Remember, think positive. It's way better than thinking negative. Okay, so let's briefly talk about the calendar of what is going on right now. Okay, so the Senate is deciding on the $2,000 stimulus checks. We'll get to that here in a minute. On Monday, the 4th, is when the new Congress comes in. Okay, basically, the old Congress is out, new Congress is in. I believe any bills that are kind of still on the floor have to be reintroduced, which really isn't that big of a deal because, for example, the House can just re-vote on the $2,000 stimulus check bill. If they think they can pass it in the Senate, they can literally do that the same day. But the important thing is that on the 4th, the new Congress comes in. So basically, anybody that got voted out is gone, and anybody that's new is in. So, for example, the Senate will go from 53 Republicans down to 50 at the moment, with 2 seats still being up. So, at best, they will be up to 52 seats. So, the Republicans in the Senate are for sure losing at least 1 seat. The Republicans actually gained seats in the House of Representatives, but that is still controlled by the Democrats, who are still headed by Nancy Pelosi. She's still the Speaker, and Mitch McConnell is still the Majority Leader for now, which I'll get to here in a second. The very next day is January 5th, on Tuesday. That is the day the Georgia Senate runoff races happen. This is basically a tiebreaker election for the last 2 Senate seats. There's currently 48 Democrats and 2 independents in there, 48 Democrats and 50 Republicans. If the Democrats win both of those seats, it'll be a 50-50 tie, with the tiebreaker going to Kamala Harris, the vice president. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have been elected as from the Electoral College as the president-elect. But the next day was when Congress will actually go and certify the votes. And we're going to go over that here in a second because some Republicans are fighting that tooth and nail and are literally trying to come up with any strategy they can to kind of overturn that. Now, on the 5th, if the Democrats do win both those seats and the Senate turns Democrat, Mitch McConnell will no longer be the Senate Majority Leader. This is 6 days away, okay? Mitch McConnell will not be able to delay stimulus bills on the floor anymore if he determines so. Mitch McConnell is arguably the most powerful Republican in the United States right now because in some ways, he actually has more power than the president. For example, this $2,000 stimulus check bill, he can not vote on it if he doesn't want to. He has his own $2,000 stimulus check bill, which we'll get to in a minute when we get to that part. But Mitch McConnell has a lot of power at being the Senate Majority Leader. If the Democrats win both those seats, he won't be the Majority Leader anymore. Chuck Schumer from the Democrats will likely take over his position. That's why there's a lot at stake. On the 4th, new Congress comes in. On the 5th, they vote on those 2 Senate seats. Mitch McConnell could be out. And on the 6th, the Congress certifies the election from the Electoral College votes. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy week. In addition to that, they're fighting to, increase the stimulus check to $2,000. Now, on the 6th, when Congress goes to certify the Electoral College votes, there is going to be Republicans that are planning to challenge the Electoral College votes, with Senator Josh Hawley who's kind of been one of the heroes of the larger stimulus checks, he has said he wants to challenge the electoral college votes because of the widespread fraud that he deems has happened. There are dozens of Republicans planning to challenge the Electoral College results on January 6th. Republican Representative Mo Brooks from Alabama says it's pretty clear that the momentum is growing in support of the objections to states' submittals of the Electoral College votes because of their flawed election systems and render them unworthy of trust. He says we are now in the House side are up to dozens of congressmen who are willing to object or co-sponsor objections to various states' submittals. So we actually have more congressmen than we have states to object to. On the Senate side, Republican Senator Josh Hawley, who's kind of been the stimulus check hero, pushing the Republican senators for larger stimulus checks, says, I cannot vote to certify the Electoral College results on January 6th without raising the fact that some states, particularly Pennsylvania, failed to follow their own state election laws. And I cannot vote to certify without pointing out the unprecedented effort of mega corporations, including Facebook and Twitter, to interfere in this election in support of Joe Biden. At the very least, Congress should investigate allegations of voter fraud and adopt measures to secure the integrity of our elections. But Congress so far has failed to act. Let me know your thoughts on this. One thing is for sure is that this upcoming week is going to be absolutely crazy with Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday going on, in addition to the fight for the $2,000 stimulus checks. Oh, and by the way, President Donald Trump says we now have far more votes than needed to flip Georgia in the presidential race. Massive fraud has taken place. Thank you to Georgia legislator for today's revealing meeting. Now, on the stimulus side of things, President Donald Trump says unless Republicans have a death wish, it is also the right thing to do. They must approve the $2,000 payments ASAP. $600 is not enough. Also, get rid of Section 230. Don't let big tech steal our country, and don't let Democrats steal the presidential election. Get tough. Now, what he means by Republicans having a death wish is in relation to those two seats, those two Senate seats that are going to be voted on in Georgia. Many people, including President Donald Trump, hinting at it there, that if the Republicans don't pass this $2,000 stimulus checks and they're the only ones to delay it, remember the House has already passed it and Mitch McConnell has it sitting on his desk. If Mitch McConnell doesn't even put this to a vote, then a lot of people think that they're going to lose both those Senate runoff race seats. And the reason is because if Republicans delay or don't put this $2,000 check to a vote here within the next coming days, next couple days, tomorrow, that who's going to vote for Republicans in there? Because these two seats are a lot more than two seats. It literally is who's going to control the Senate. And if the Democrats win both of those, they will control the Senate, the House, and the presidency. And we know that Mitch McConnell controlling the Senate is kind of a huge deal. It's kind of like Nancy Pelosi controlling the House. So these two seats will determine if the Republicans still get to control the Senate, or if Mitch McConnell is going to be not Senate Majority Leader anymore, which literally takes all his power away. So if the Democrats win these two seats, that is what will happen. Now, a lot of people have already been receiving their $600 stimulus checks. Let me know down below in the comments if you have or if you see it pending in your bank account. Some people are actually going to get what's called an EIP card in the mail for their stimulus check, whether it's the $600 one or the supplement to make it $2,000, which would be a $1,400 additional one. You actually might receive an EIP debit card from the IRS instead of a check if your check is mailed in the mail. The IRS sent the first stimulus payment on an EIP debit card to about 4 million Americans and will once again use this method, but it will be different for some people this time around. An EIP card looks like this right here on the screen. It's called an Economic Impact Payment Card. It's basically a prepaid debit card from the Treasury Department used to distribute some funds for people who do not get direct deposit. The IRS said it will use the cards to distribute stimulus payments this time around also. These Visa debit cards can be used to make purchases, get cash from in network ATMs, and transfer funds to your personal bank account without a fee. If you're sent one after the card arrives, head to the EIP card website to activate it and learn more about how to use it. The website for this is on the screen as you can see here. It's EIP, Economic Impact Payments, EIP card.com. You can go here. There's a phone number if it's lost or stolen. You can log in, activate it, and probably see your balance on it. Why would I receive an EIP card instead of a stimulus check? For the first round of payments, those who were eligible received the stimulus payment by EIP card instead of by check if they filed their taxes, but the IRS did not have their bank account information on hand. If the tax return was processed by the IRS service centers in either Andover, Massachusetts, Austin, Texas, or they don't have your bank account information. For the second round of payments that are going out right now, the IRS said it will send either paper checks or a debit card in the mail if it doesn't have banking information on hand. The IRS said some people who received a paper check last time might receive a debit card this time, and some people who received a debit card last time may receive a paper check this time. So the important part here is make sure you're looking through your mail, especially if it's an undescript envelope. Make sure you're opening it up because last time there were tens of thousands of people that threw away their stimulus check that came in on an EIP debit card. So especially right now during this time, if you get your check mailed, just check all your mail, open it up and just check because you don't want to throw away a stimulus check card that could have $600 or $1,200 or $2,400 depending on how many people are in your family and so forth. So just make sure to check your mail and not throw it away. And also, as I said in the last video, there's a lot of scams going out there right now. So don't give your account number, your password, or anything. If anybody calls you and says they're from the IRS, it's a scam. The IRS will not call you about stimulus checks. Don't give your login information to anybody. Just be very, very careful with stimulus check scams that are out there right now because they're going to just be massive right now. In regards to the $2,000 stimulus check increase payment, we have two bills right now. One that has passed the U.S. House of Representatives already. It's already passed the House and is sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk. Mitch McConnell is kind of finds this as a way to kind of sneak other things in the bill, and since then has introduced his own bill for $2,000, which basically decreases the payments for children back to $600, has no checks for adult dependents, similar to how the $600 bill does, and does have $2,000 checks for individuals, for adults making under $75,000. However, he also wants demands in there, which the Democrats are not liking at first, may need to be negotiated on, of repealing the Section 230 Act, which is that thing that President Donald Trump wants to kind of take away companies like Twitter, their liability protection, that they can censor people, censor their tweets, and so on and so forth. So right now they're just debating on, does Mitch McConnell get to pass his $2,000 bill? Do the Democrats in the House that passed their $2,000 bill? They're just kind of deciding which way they want to go. If the Democrats give in and say, okay, well, we're willing to pass your bill, Mitch McConnell, we can have this bill passed within 24 hours. So that's kind of where we're at right now with the $2,000 stimulus check bill. I will keep you updated as more information comes out. Remember, new videos come out at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sometimes at 11 p.m., which minus 3 hours if you're on West Coast. If you're somewhere in the middle, minus 1 or 2 hours. Best way to do it is to put the bell icon on, subscribe down below, click the bell icon and put on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, which is normally 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will keep you updated, and you can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. This bottom video is the details of Mitch McConnell's $2,000 stimulus check bill. Watch that if you haven't yet. This video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.